A blessed day to each and everyone. Again, my name is Sher April, and welcome to Cookery Grade 10, quarter number 3, module 3. Let's review what have you remember on our previous session. What do you call this one in terms of choosing fresh fish? That's correct. This is a red or pink gills. The fish must compose the following color when it comes to their gills. How about this one? Their texture must be firm or elastic. And look at their scale. What can you see about it? Their scales must be shiny. They should be tightly cling on skin. How well do you know? Are you ready for cooking? If your answer is yes, fasten your seatbelt and let's carry on. We're going to talk on the principles of cooking fish and seafood dishes when it comes to dry heat and moist heat cookery. And we're going to talk about the variety of shellfish and fish dishes. Let's talk about cooking seafood dishes. Our learning target will be I know how to clean, cut, and fillet seafood. I can prepare ingredients according to given recipe. I can demonstrate various methods in cooking fish and shellfish hygienically. How are we going to scale whole fish? You have to lay your fish flat on the board or hold it steady in the water. Hold the fish down firmly with your hand near its head. Remember, we have to hold it near its head. Then, you have to make sure that you're going to remove the scales on both sides of the fish, as well as scales near the fins, the collar, and the tail. Begin to rake the scales from the tail towards the head. They should start coming off in clumps. If you don't have a rake, then you can also use your knife. How about in filleting a fish? It's so good to eat a fish that has been deboned. How are we going to do this? We have to cut behind the head while angling the knife toward the front of the fish. Then, turn the fish and run the knife just clear of the fins with a slight downward angle. Peel the fillet back and run the knife over the backbone, severing the small lateral fish bones in the process. After which, turn the fish over and repeat the procedure. Then, you have to repeat the second cut near the dorsal fin with the knife angled slightly down. Continue this along the length of the fish. Then, you have to reverse the direction of the filleting knife and follow the bones by filling them with a fillet knife until the fish backbone is reached. Peel the fillet back and cut around the backbone and through the small lateral bones. Cover the belly flap either through or over the belly bones. Then, you can cut any remaining attached sinew or skin. Flip the fish back to the original side and cut the bones around the gut cavity. Then, release the rest of the fillet from the backbone. Then you have the fillet, the deboned fish. How are you going to skin a fish? First, you have to stop when you have an inch or two, 25 to 50 millimeter of fillet released. Then, firmly hold the knife still and at a fixed angle. After that, wriggle the skin from side to side while pulling backwards on the top of the fish skin. Continue this motion through the fillet. The fillet and skin are parted and no fleshes had been wasted nor have left any skin or scales on the fillet. So your skin will going to be skinless. On deboning the fish, you have to follow this line, cutting completely through to release the top part of the fillet. At this point, put the knife on the other side of the line of the bones and run the knife up the fillet until the point is well under the bones around the gut cavity. Separate the two and reinsert the knife at an angle suitable to cut the flesh from the underside of the gut bones. Keep the knife following close to the fish bones to recover as much flesh as possible. Let's talk about the squid. In cleaning the squid, you have to pull off the head. Remove the ink sac through the tip of your knife. Then you have to cut the tentacles and remove beak from the tentacles. This is the beak. As you can see, that is the small portion that's being separated from the tentacles. You have to pull out the tail tube and cartilage. Pull off the skin and you have to cut into rings. You have now your squid clean and cut into rings. For splitting a lobster, you have to place a lobster on its back on a tea towel to prevent slipping. Then, using a heavy, sharp knife, cut right through the underside of the body and tail down the center. Turn the lobster around and continue to cut through the center of the head. Using a heavy, sharp knife, cut right through on the underside of the body. How about the guidelines in deep frying? We all know that everybody loves to do deep frying since it is hassle-free and easy to do. The lean fish, both whole or small portions, and shellfish like shrimps, clams, and oysters are best for deep frying. Fried fish is usually served with lemon or cold sauce such as tartar, remoulade, or cocktail sauce on the side. Fish to be fried is breaded or buttered to prevent sticking from frying pan. The batter also provides a crisp, flavorful, and attractive coating. Frozen breaded fish can be fried without thawing, and the oil used should be enough to submerge the food item during frying. These are some of the fishes that we have. How are you going to handle it and cook it? These are the different types of fish that we can able to prepare. We have the baked fish, the grilled fish, the broiled shrimp scampi, we have breaded fish, and fried fish. If you have some questions, please let me know. Comment down below. These are my references. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell button for the update. Thank you and see you next time.